college football. We got good news and we got sad news, and it's all focal point around USC Trojan football. Charles White, legendary running back, student body right
Hmm.
and tailback U, and all the great running backs at Southern Cal. Charles White has passed away at the age of 64. Legendary college football running back in the late 70s. As tough a guy as there was, as fast a guy as there was, as a complete a running back as there was. Went to the NFL with the Rams, played okay, did not have a great career, had some injuries. I was in Cleveland when he wound up with the Browns, and he was just a shell of what he was. And we found out after the fact there was all types of substance problems, etc. But he's passed away of cancer. But in the legacy of great running backs at Southern Cal, Anthony Davis, Charles White, Marcus Allen, and Reggie Bush.
Mm-hmm.
And Reggie Bush, number 5, has just been named to the College Football Hall of Fame, and rightfully so. He had 3,200 yards in 3 years. He was kind of the focal point of the dynamics of the Trojans under Pete Carroll. Charles White had 6,200 yards rushing in 4 years at USC. That was a different era, different style of football. Reggie Bush gets to the College Football Hall of Fame. Congrats to him. However, he does not have his Heisman Trophy. He wants it back, and the Heisman committee says no. Reggie was the centrum of the illegal benefits scandal that took USC's football program down. He was banned from any interaction at USC. They had to return the Heisman Trophy to the Maxwell Club. He has never said, I was wrong, never apologized, never cooperated with the NCAA probe, never gave anything back to USC. They lost 30 scholarships over a 4-year span. It was unbelievable. So there's a bit of a tainted reputation. There's no doubt he was a great college athlete because he's from Helix down here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt he had a really good career, and he's doing a nice job on TV. But his defiance that I did anything wrong, his family took a house and took a car and took all this money from these sleazeball marketing people.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to know this was going on. NCAA believes he knew it was going on. He refused to testify. So there's still a little bit of stain around him. But congratulations, one of the great 4 running backs at Southern Cal going to the Hall of Fame. You remember anything about Charles White running over Stanford, Cal, any of those teams?
I mean, I just remember SC was just so dominant back then. And was that when Sean McVay's dad was the coach, right? Or grandfather, wasn't it?
No, he wasn't. I don't think he was.
Jim McVay, wasn't that
no,
the guy?
John McVay was.
John McVay.
John McVay was at the University of Dayton, San Francisco 49ers, New York Giants.
Okay, so I'm getting I was thinking of McKay, not McVay.
John McKay, legendary coach. He and John Robinson, yes.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking about. But yeah, with Charles White, granted he's passing away. It's 64 is young, cancer. But anytime an NFL player or college football player dies at a relatively younger age, you always kind of want to learn a little bit more. Now, granted, this wasn't CTE or anything like that.
Well, it was. He had dementia.
He had dementia.
He was in a home, but he had also had a lifestyle off the field that really impacted his health. And they helped him. They brought him back as an assistant coach for a while, and then they had to part ways with him. So it's sad. He was a hell of a player. Whew.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sad to see that happen. And, maybe it was that dementia that led to some of those off the field, lifestyle choices. As far as Reggie Bush goes, the guy, he's having a great career behind the microphone. He was dating Kim Kardashian for a little while, if I recall. But this just sort of opens up just the whole broader picture of money and the NIL and all the different things in college sports, because they just don't have the right system. These things keep happening because there's so much money in the sport, so much money for these players when they eventually get to the NFL, that it's hard to completely cut them off of money when they are a college player. So I think the problem with Reggie Bush and the house and the family is really a symptom of a larger problem.
But he's trying to hide behind what is going on now, the NIL banner.
Mm-hmm.
See, you're paying everybody. Well, the rules when he was at SC were a lot different. You had your scholarships and you had your addendum. You can't take stuff on the side, and he and his family did.
Right.
So he can't invoke the banner from 2022 and put it back to the early 2000s and say, see, we should have been treated this way. You can't do that. So that's where we are there. Hey, why don't